So, with Utopia, what really prompted you to apply for the show?
Well, first of all, it's been a crazy process because they brought me in very last minute. I didn't apply until a month ago. You know, my entire life has turned on a dime just over the course of a month. But when I saw what they were looking for, it described me 100% to a T. And, you know, they wanted somebody who was polyamorous. They wanted somebody who wanted to create a new society, somebody who wanted to be a voice for kind of the next sexual revolution and the next emotional liberation. And that's completely my MO. And, you know, I could not contact them basically when I saw that.
Yeah. Are you open about your polyamorous status with your friends and family? So this isn't going to be like a surprise when they suddenly see you on television?
Well, here's the thing. My close circle of friends I'm open with. You know, my day-to-day life, I'm very open with it. Most of my family does not know. So this is a big coming out for me. Some people are going to be very surprised. But hopefully, you know, I don't anticipate being disowned at all. I anticipate people are going to be shocked, but still supportive.
Are you trying to get your family to watch the show, or are you kind of advising them to maybe not watch and maybe DVR it for a bit?
Oh, I have no control over that. They really want to watch, so they're going to watch. So the people who do know, great, watch it. People who don't know, great, have fun, watch it. You know, it's up to you whether you want to keep watching it or not.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you've only had a month, but have you been prepping for this experience? Have you been doing any special reading or learning anything in particular?
Oh yeah, completely. I mean, obviously just the physical preparations of what do I bring, what do I not bring, how much can I fit into this suitcase, what things do I read, you know, reading all kinds of things from survival manuals to philosophy books about utopia, about creating societies, to reading about dystopian societies, to reading about what goes wrong. So all of those kind of physical preparations, as well as the extremely difficult emotional preparations, involving having to step away from relationships, having to say goodbye to family and friends, and having to essentially put myself in this situation where I'm going to be completely vulnerable. So and obviously having only a month to do that has been crazy, but I don't regret it whatsoever.
Yeah. When you think of your perfect utopia, what is the essential ingredient that needs to be there for you to be happy?
For a perfect utopia, I think obviously everybody needs to be getting their needs met, basic needs, first and foremost, obviously food, water, shelter. They need to be getting their social needs met, and that includes both friends, sex, romance, things like that. And then going beyond that, people need to be getting their cultural and spiritual needs met. And so I think for all of those things to be provided to everybody without needing everybody to break their back over it, without needing everybody to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week to do it. That's the ideal utopia, is that we get our needs met without having to kill ourselves with work.
I mean, are you concerned, because you mentioned sex is one of the needs. This is a reality show, so there are a lot of cameras.
Yeah.
Are you concerned about having a sexual relationship when there are cameras everywhere?
I mean, obviously that's different. That's not the way we normally conduct our relationships with many people watching. But at the same time, you know, the way I conduct myself in my polyamorous relationships, it's all about honesty and communication. And you know, I'm not hiding anything from my partners. I'm not hiding when I went and had sex with somebody else from my partners. And so there's kind of a seed of that in this, of this transparency of my life, of this transparency in my relationships, and of a conviction to not do anything that I'm going to be ashamed about. Yeah. You know, I don't have a lot of shame in my romantic life. I don't have a lot of shame in my sex life. So hopefully that translates.
Well, as you're looking to potentially leave home for an entire year, what are you going to miss most about life outside of Utopia?
You know, I'm going to miss the people that I love, obviously. Because I can step away from career, I can step away from the car, I can step away from the modern comforts, you know, I can step away from living in the city. That's all fine and good. But people and relationships, that's not something that I take lightly. That's something that I've invested a lot of time and a lot of energy in crafting really good, healthy relationships. And so that's what I miss the most, because those are the things that make me the most happy in my normal day-to-day life. But hopefully, kind of the love that I give people in my life right now, I can take some of that and give it to the other people who are in Utopia.
Is there any kind of task that you're concerned about having to do in Utopia that you don't have to do in your everyday life?
I have anxiety about killing animals, which is, I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not vegan, I do eat meat, but actually as I've been in this process thinking more about that, about having to deal with acquiring meat, that makes me nervous. That's something I'm not sure that I can actually do. And so that is actually making me kind of have a little bit of crisis of confronting myself on my own dietary habits, that am I okay with eating meat just because I don't have to actually see how it's acquired? So,
is there a particular thing you're hoping to take from this experience after you're done that you bring home that you wouldn't have had anywhere else?
Oh, completely. I mean, because this is a huge opportunity. This is a huge sandbox. You know, I get to play here. We all get to play here. We get to see what happens if you have one person in charge, or multiple people in charge, or just the women in charge, or just a man in charge. And so I think that education is invaluable completely. And I would hope getting involved in this would be very empowering, so that when I do leave, I can take that and I can create it somewhere else. That's really exciting to me, is the idea of this isn't my only utopia, that then I can take this and maybe even continue to perfect it elsewhere.